Good afternoon. I'm Matthew Stanford from Guilford County. I'd like to thank you all for meeting me on the anniversary of the signing of the ADA. Imagine being a victim of a violent crime. Because of a characteristic you cannot control, the prosecutor declines to prosecute your case. For many people with cognitive disabilities, this is an unfortunate reality. The Bureau of Justice Statistics says that people with disabilities are 4 times more likely to be victims of violent crime than those who don't have disabilities. For people like my mother, this makes her very worried, especially after an incident when going from class to my dorm, I was mugged by a knife-wielding man. Second to my first seizure, it was one of the scariest experiences of my life. Thankfully, the prosecutor took my case and I was able to get justice. Unfortunately, for more than the 481,000 people with cognitive disabilities, they may not be so lucky. There are thousands of others with verbal disabilities as well, and these all represent potential voters. Take, for example, my cousin Brian. He has autism and apraxia. When he was mugged by a street gang wielding knives, the prosecutor declined to take his case, even though he could point out the attackers with his iPad. He has taken several steps back from his therapy as a result, and he's now afraid to leave his own house. In another case in North Carolina, a student was abused by his teacher. She dragged him across the carpet and gave him severe burns all across his back. Even though he could point her out with his iPad, the prosecutor dropped his case at the 11th hour. This is unacceptable in a state that prides itself on law and order, and it sends a very dangerous message that it's okay to hurt people with disabilities. So here's what I'm asking. I'm asking for better training for prosecutors and judges to work with victims, witnesses, and defendants who have disabilities. I'm also asking that you give best practices classes in North Carolina law schools and make them mandatory so that when they get out of law school, they'll know how to work with people with disabilities if they have to. Disability Rights North Carolina can probably help you with this. I will give you my contact information and we can schedule a meeting when we are able. Thank you for your time, and I really urge you to pass this legislation because disabilities can affect anyone at any time. The life you save may be your own.
That's my boy.